This week on Xenomania, the tenant in room 7 is very small, very twisted, and very mad. Join us as we travel to 1982 New York City for the story of a young man, Duane, and his formerly conjoined twin brother Belial as they seek revenge on the doctors who separated them. Along the way, we discuss wigs, padded credits, and the joys of grimy, gritty New York City movies. Also, does one of my co hosts slash one of their favorite movies ever? Find out now. This is Basket Case. This is Xenomania.
No. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Twin.
I wish I had a conjoined tumor that was also murderous and named after an like ancient Babylonian god.
and could speak to me in my head.
I forgot about the telepathy, by the way. Oh my God, you're right. We did just describe Danny DeVito.
We did. So Twins is a Basket Case remake.
Yes.
Yes.
I think so. Yeah. Like they ripped off the idea totally.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. But they did it like the horror version, and being able to see it for the first time in its full length, because I've seen only pieces when I was a kid.
Of Twins
It's a good
or Basket Case?
Oh no, Twins I've seen the full thing. Basket Case I've only seen pieces. I've seen it for the first time in its full length tonight, and it was amazing. I liked it.
An interesting way to word it, but yeah.
Well, it's not like it's amazing in the sense of a B movie. Don't worry, I'm not giving it a 5 out of 5
for a B movie, I'd say.
Girthy.
Yeah,
I mean, Belial is girthy.
It curves to the left, but anyway.
Well, hold on. I have a Belial question before we get into anything any more serious.
He's thick.
Belial lived in a basket, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Belial eats. We know he eats.
Oh no.
Where does Belial poop?
In the basket.
I don't know.
Does he just poop in the basket he lives in?
Poop in its basket.
Or do you think Duane has to take him out and hold him over a toilet a couple times a day?
I think he can get out himself.
I mean, he's certainly capable. We found that out. Yeah.
Yeah, he can get out of the basket for sure.
I mean, I'm glad they glazed over that part. To be honest with you, I don't need to know everything about Belial. Yeah,
I feel like I need to know.
So everybody, by the way, we're doing Basket Case this week. If you hadn't figured that out yet, and it is when did Basket Case come out, John?
1982.
Ooh, it's older than me, baby. I like when that happens. And this one I watched. I remember seeing as a kid, like Ryan said, in bits and pieces. But then I watched it in its full glory also when I was a teenager on one of our B horror movie nights.
Mm-hmm.
I
would say teenage years. Yeah.
Yeah, like early teen though. We were watching the cute stuff back then. We were watching like, Friday the 13th Part 2. Can you guys handle it? And it was like 6th grade. And then we watched Basket Case, and that's a little bit more grindhousey, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
It is. It's more gorier. The special effects are well done. I even like the stop motion. He's like walking around. I was like thinking it was claymation.
Better.
Oh, 100%
better. Yeah,
absolutely. So, one thing about Belial, the scenes on the bed are full puppet.
Yeah, they got a dude underneath?
They don't have a dude. So here's the thing. They made the mold and they put it in an oven at Rick Baker's studio, the renowned effects guy, and it shrunk.
Oh no.
Too much for any of the crew or cast to put their own hands in it. So, one of the crew members' daughter winds up, 8-year-old daughter winds up puppeteering Belial in that scene.
That's
wild.
Yeah.
That's a cool story, actually.
I have the name and I can't find it right
now.
They
put a hood on her like she was a freaking falcon to get through that without traumatizing
she's
her?
under the bed.
Oh, so she didn't see it.
They talked to her in one of the making of featurettes on the Arrow release of this, and she's like, I had the greatest time. Like,
that's cool.
I understood the gore that I saw was, corn syrup and fake, and I had a great time.
They did it right.
That's a good take your daughter to work day right there.
But
right?
but that's what it should be. Like creating a horror film should be fun. Yeah, it's unstable and scary on screen, but like behind the scenes,
Yeah.
you just gotta have fun. You gotta
Mhm.
laugh at it, and
Mhm.
you do
This
crazy
one,
stuff. You know.
this type of horror movie in particular, I agree with
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I
And
mean,
it's such a small crew. One of the things I learned watching it this time, a lot of the names in the credits are fake names because they made the credits and they were like, it's just the same 5 names over and over and over again. We need to, they wanted to spice the credits up, so they just made up some names and threw them in there too.
Wonder if that's
that's
illegal or something.
Yeah, I
I
bet
don't
it is
disagree with it.
now. I
Yeah.
bet it is now. I bet there's, if not
Yeah.
illegal, I bet there's like some union contractual stuff with that they
Yeah.
can't do it.
Or even
But
like money laundering kind of prevention
yeah,
because you know that there's stuff going on
yeah,
with that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But I mean, Basket Case is a $35,000 budget.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's a wild number. That might be the lowest budget we've done since we started
It's
doing this show.
it's up there. It's definitely in the top 10.
Wow.
Phantasm 3, or I'm sorry, 4.
The
My
Phantasm
bad.
budgets were low.
I thought they were
The
over
battery
that.
budget was really low.
I would say battery. Battery would be
Sick.
the lowest, maybe.
It could
Because
be, but I
35,000,
mean,
it's
it could
decent.
be.
I mean, especially with what they were able to get away with, but it's also
Mhm.
1982.
Battery was $6,000. It's definitely number one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be hard to beat $6,000.
They asked 10 friends for $600 each.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually pretty baller.
That
It's
is.
gonna be hard to beat $6,000. I think we talked about that when we did the episode too, and
More
I
than
just don't
likely.
remember it.
Yeah, we did.
Phantasm 4 was $650,000.
Yeah, we've had a bunch in that range. I think we've had a couple in the tens of thousands before, like in that 10,000, 100,000 range. I think we've done a couple of those.
This is
Yes.
probably in the top 3 basket case because that's
I would
low.
Has to be.
35,
Can't even
35K is
get
low.
family mid-size car for $35,000 anymore.
Was
Mm.
Night of the Living Dead less than Basket Case?
It might have been.
'Cause
Yeah,
then
I'm
do Night
blank.
of the Living
I
Dead?
just
No,
we
not
haven't
yet.
done that yet.
Okay. I was
No,
like,
we're
am I
gonna
losing my mind?
we're gonna do the second best, and that's Dawn.
114,000.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow, what a
114,000.
friggin' flip with 30 million internationally.
Mhm.
114,000 for Night of the Living Dead. That
I mean,
I
In
overestimated.
1968 too, that's a bigger number now.
Yeah,
Like
That-
even if you do that to 1982 numbers.
that $30 million is probably also nowhere near an official number with how much that, because Romero didn't see a lot of that money for a really long time because they didn't have the rights.
Yeah, it's so
Oh, that's
bizarre.
true.
Like,
Because
he screwed that up.
they trademarked the previous titles, and somehow when they sent the prints out, Night of the Living Dead did not have that little TM stamp next to the title. So it was just, that's why there's 10,000 copies of it going around. I think it's really not until Criterion got their hands on it that Romero really got full control back. And I'm not even sure he was around to enjoy it.
no,
Yeah.
they came out with it after his death. They did have a
Yeah,
nice
I-
Blu-ray release when he was
Mhm.
alive. It was like
Mhm.
simple, but it was the film, which was cool.
I'd like in his lifetime they had started to get some of the rights and some of the money from it, but so many people made so much money, and really you can make the argument at the end of the day that actually helped Night of the Living Dead, because
Yeah.
people could just pop it on wherever they wanted without paying for it. So you could run it on TV for free. You could show it in a movie theater for free. I think that it probably helps Night of the Living Dead become what it is now.
It was
Yeah.
free advertising too for George Romero, because you see Night of the Living Dead, it's like, what else has he done? And then you go to Dawn, you go to Day, you go through his whole
Mhm.
library, Creep Show, Martin.
Mhm.
There's
But-
so much.
But at the time, he needed the money.
True,
He
You
did
know,
that
he-
cold hard cash.
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah.
That dead
But-
cash.
But back to Creep Show. Creep Show.
Basket
Creep-
case.
Basket case.
That's a rare snafu from you, John. You're like you're our rock,
Yeah.
man.
He just said creep show, and I'm thinking about creep show because it's gonna come up again, and like
Ooh.
Oh, is it now?
And
Interesting. Log
wait,
that, Ryan.
top 5 or
I mean, you'll
slash
just
or
have to
stash?
Listen
find
to the
out.
rest of the episode to find out.
We'll just have to
Everybody.
find out. So neither of you are really old enough to remember this era of Times Square and 42nd Street at all. Like
No.
Ryan, you
No.
don't. You probably never experienced it in any way, shape, or form. And I mean, Kearns, you would have been.
I was like 13 when I first hit Times Square without a parent.
Yeah.
We got
So,
the
like-
clean version.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
guys
it was
got
cleaned up by
you guys got the mainstream America.
Yeah.
This is now
McDonald's.
it's now a shopping mall. Like I was
Yeah.
looking at a map of Times Square now, just looking at the strips for something that we'll talk about in a couple of minutes. It's like Target, it's Lids,
Toys
it's
R Us and stuff.
yeah, it's like it's every mall in America.
Yeah.
It doesn't
it's-
have that personality, but Frank Henenlotter makes Basket Case as an ode to the movies that played on 42nd Street in Times Square when he was a kid
Okay.
and when he was coming up. And like I think there's this false impression from Times Square in that time period that it was all like the adult movie theaters and the peep shows and the adult
There was a
bookstores.
lot of that, but no,
there was
other
definitely
stuff.
there was definitely a ton of that, but you also had the grindhouse theaters, and that's where you would go to see the exploitation movies, these horror movies like Basket Case, kung fu movies,
Yep.
Bruce Lee movies all played there, action movies. Some of the movies that played there, like kind of first run, Shaft, a bunch of the Bruce Lee titles, Blood Feast, Night of the Living Dead played there a ton. Like that's what that area was. Now, as I mentioned, I was Googling like a map of Times Square, two movie theaters left in Times Square, and they are
$67 a ticket.
well, I mean, they may as well be in. I mean, it's not
popcorn.
the same anymore anyway because one's an AMC and one's a Regal.
Yeah.
So there, now you go to Times Square, you don't even get that experience. And listen, I understand it wasn't always safe. It wasn't always the best place to go and hang out when you were a kid because I was definitely there way too young. We were sneaking into the city at like 14, 15 years old. It wouldn't always be Times Square. We'd go to the Village to hit record stores. We'd wander. But it was an experience. Now you can drive up the street to your local mall and it's basically the same thing.
Yeah, they took that away.
Yeah.
It's not a magical island of culture anymore. Unfortunately, you got to hit Harlem for that. That still exists to some extent in
Yeah.
Harlem, but even that's
Yeah.
going away.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
mean, you still got like secret gems throughout the city that like even though it's like a mall experience, quote unquote, like if you make like the right turn, I'll do a quick plug. Forbidden Planet in the city. It's a comic book shop. They do horror t-shirts, horror memorabilia, statues of comic books and stuff, manga, graphic novels, regular
Yeah.
books, movies. Like they have it all and it's just like a small little shop that's just like hidden. And it's just
Mhm.
glorious. But that's where you
Yeah.
get the life.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the city's too big to not have some of those places anymore, but so much of it used to be in these few blocks of Times Square that you didn't have to go other places. And like what he does with Henenlotter does with some of the authenticity in here, like when Duane is first getting to the city, walking down the street, and he's got the drug dealer following him, offering him every drug imaginable demand.
Meth,
I
dope.
had that experience.
Yeah.
I
They
had
don't
that.
back off either.
No, this guy followed us for a block and a half, offering us any drug you could think of, weapons, women, like just everything. It was like, and he didn't give up. Finally, we were like, dude, we're all broke. We were at the peep show. None of us have any money. And he
Trying
left
to
us
lure you
alone.
into an alley.
Yeah.
But
We've
yeah,
seen-
that's the way Times Square was. And then
Mhm.
America's mayor is credited with cleaning up Times Square.
Mhm.
We don't have to get into
Yeah.
that.
And
No, no, we don't.
it would have happened eventually anyway. I mean, the whole of the 90s was sort of that cleaning up of America.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
it was, New York City gives a lot of credit to him, but the Clinton administration ushered in a lot of reforms that lowered crime. It happened. Like it happened across the country and it had to happen. It's just a shame that all of the personality of Times Square got wiped away.
Well, because then you lose the ingenuity, right, and the personality, and that's what those
Mhm.
places were. This is non-commercialized content delivery, is
Yep.
what it is.
Mhm.
And when you get that, that's when you get the good stuff, the stuff that drips and oozes with greatness. And we don't really
Yeah.
have that ability anymore. Now we have carbon copy, rubber stamp, blah 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 blah
Yeah.
blah. And now we have people in Hollywood and stuff who just are dying to be able to create anything. Ron Perlman's Waterfall goes to that concept as well. He
Mhm.
wants to be able to have artists drive movies in some capacity, and maybe we'll see it a reprisal. We certainly have the infrastructure for it with tech now. So
Mhm. Mhm. And listen, a lot of these movies still get made. They just don't get it the same sort of treatment anymore. They get dumped on, direct to video or on a streamer or what. Like, there's no experience like going and seeing some of these old exploitation grindhouse movies on a big screen. I
yeah,
saw a Basket Case on a big screen. It was amazing. Alamo Drafthouse did it, and after the movie, Beverly Bonner, who plays Casey, came out and talked about making Basket Case for a bit. Like it was
that's
awesome.
kind of
That's
neat.
cool. Alamo does cool stuff
You,
though, like that.
yeah, yeah. I mean, Alamo walks that fine line in their programming between the big new release and classics and grindhouse and all that stuff. And it's good that it exists, but I think we probably need more of those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
The problem is we're getting less,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the
we
ones
are.
that do exist were just bought out and gutted.
Hmm.
We're
Essentially, they
right now we're
took
in a
away the
weird
industry.
spot. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say we're in a weird spot of like where movies are, right? Because like we've had like the pinnacle of like the superhero movie, and now that's declining, and we're kind of slowly building up to the art house film. And it doesn't only go with like drama; it goes with horror. Like they're trying to find a niche to attract more people back into the theaters, I believe,
Hmm.
because that's what the
But I mean, at the end of the day, the box office is going to dictate it. And I mean,
Yeah.
if the art house isn't making money, you'll get the return to Marvel and DC or something equivalent that will draw large numbers of people back to theaters. I mean, the theater experience was, I know a lot of people point to COVID as being a really bad thing for the move theater business, but it was declining before that. Ticket prices got so expensive, concessions got so expensive. Like it can't cost a family of four close to $100 to go see a movie. Like that's crazy.
it's
It's over
real
100 actually. It was like we went to go see Mario Galaxy. It was like 128 bucks all told.
large
And that's
popcorn.
one thing of candy for each of the kids. The whole family shared one
Yeah,
popcorn. We got two
yeah,
beverages and the
yeah.
tickets. That's all it was.
That's
It
crazy.
can't be that. That's not a sustainable model. Like it doesn't matter what you put into those theaters, you're going to struggle to sell tickets. You're going to struggle to fill a theater if that's what you're charging.
I think their goal now is they assume they don't have to fill the theater if they can get the people who will pay that to fill
Yeah.
a third of it. But
Yeah.
even that's gonna blow up in their faces.
It's just too much, and then
Bum bum bum.
like it's
And
easier just
that's
to
the way
sit
the
at home.
theaters are thinking.
Yep.
Yeah, not the because that hurts Hollywood in the long run. Do I have a animal behind me? I do. I have a cat behind me. Can you get out of here? Or come sit on my lap? One of the two. Get out of here.
But people feel more
Anyway,
comfortable though, like sitting at home and watching a movie. I mean, just get a 100-inch, screen or an 85-inch screen, put it up on your wall, and you get the movie experience with a sound bar or surround sound.
Absolutely. I mean,
I
I've
mean, I
always
love that
preferred
setup. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, I've always preferred watching movies at home because, social anxiety, um just general comfort, the ability to push pause if I have to go to the bathroom, that kind of stuff. Like I've always preferred the home experience, but there are some movies you have to go see in a theater.
I feel like it's
Agreed.
because you got a whole crowd with you of people who are experiencing it with you.
Yeah.
It's like watching The Hangover Part 2 for the first time. I feel like if I watched it at home alone, it wouldn't have mean anything, but going to the midnight opening and watching it where like
Mhm.
everything's packed and Bradley Cooper's
Mhm.
like it happened again and everyone's just dying. It's like
Mhm.
it's just an experience.
It's harder.
Well, I think comedies in particular benefit from that kind of thing because it's, I don't know, maybe it's just my own issues, but I always feel a little weird sitting on the couch alone laughing at something. Like it always feels like maybe I'm slightly going insane right now.
It's more fun that way. But I agree with you. Comedies hit harder in the theaters. Horror also, because tension
Yep.
is
Mhm.
felt by the
Mhm.
masses too. So when
Yep.
people around
Yep.
you are tense, it adds to the atmosphere.
Conjuring 3, midnight opening. Everyone was
Speaking
like
of-
so freaked out.
I bet.
Oh yeah, I made
Speaking
them
of
laugh though.
tension, do we have a game this week?
Oh, we absolutely have a game this week.
Oh boy.
It's another slasher stash.
Creep show.
Hooray.
I like to tell you guys
Leslie
how
Nielsen.
Allison. I like to tell you guys how
Ted
Allison did
Danson.
on them before we even start.
Okay, so let's hear how Allison did.
Not well.
What?
Oh, that's not good for us, Ryan. She's
Not
smarter than
well.
our powers combined.
She she could not narrow it down from 5 to 3 stashes. Yeah.
It's not good. So that means these are really, really good.
So I'm also going to tell you the rules from previous weeks are in effect. If you
Okay.
correctly guess the theme, you will get. I'm going to adjust that a little bit. If you correctly guess the theme, you can choose either to have an extra stash or a replacement.
Oh, that's a cool
Ooh.
idea. I like
that.
That said, if you guess the theme wrong, you will lose one.
For each round, right? That you guess it wrong, you lose
Each
one?
time you guess it wrong.
Mm.
And which means you're only going to get to guess 3 rounds.
Yeah.
After the third round. I'm not going to tell you. I want you guys to still try to figure it out if you haven't by then. And I think you should. I think if you put your brains to this, you can figure it out. Okay?
Okay.
I don't think it's that hard. So let's bring it up.
It's not that hard.
I think it's doable. I think it's doable for you guys. Movie number 1. Halloween 3.
Season of the Witch. Well, we already know I'm going to slash this one. But I did enjoy kind of the way we discussed it and gave it a little bit more artistic, viability with me than it had been previously.
Mm-hmm.
But I just remember being a big fat disappointment when I first watched it, and that feeling will never go.
That's fair. It grew on me over years. Like it took a long time. Ryan?
Well, I'm gonna slash it as well. It's the same reasons. No Michael Myers. You're growing up. You see 4, you see 5, you see them all, and then you get 3, and you're like, okay, and you don't get a shape. You get Halloween masks, a cool jingle, and a lot of respect as you grow older. Because that's what it is. It's like you have to be a little bit older, I feel, to understand and enjoy the film, to ignore the fact Michael Myers isn't in it. But as the kid inside me, screw this film. Slash it. All right.
I mean, and all that said, I still firmly believe this movie would be viewed a lot higher if it didn't have Halloween in the title. If it was just Season of the Witch, I think people would have liked it a lot better.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because it didn't have that lie. And I mean, if we just
Yeah.
boil it down, it's a lie.
You lied to us, Halloween.
We don't like when people try to trick us.
All right. Ready?
Yes.
Movie 2.
Ooh. What's the theme?
Yeah, Slumber
I'm
Party Massacre.
Spending more time trying to suss out this theme, but this is tricky.
I'm
If it's ever like the
trying to-
director and stuff like that, I never ever get those.
no, it's not the same director, but I'm
Don't mess this up, Ryan.
that's why I'm not saying anything because I have an idea, but I don't want to lose it.
Careful, Ryan, because there are movies coming up on here that you will be heartbroken if you have to slash.
I know, that's why I'm being very careful. But I'm gonna slash Slumber Party Massacre though. I mean, I love the
That's a
drill, but
pretty cool axe guitar right there.
wait, is that the first one or the second one? The second one.
It's the
It's the
second one.
second
It's
one.
the second one. I think I grabbed the wrong poster, but it's the second. It should be the first one.
Oh,
Okay.
it should. Oh, okay, because I was gonna say the second one he comes back as the rock star
Mhm.
with the guitar drill.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to slash this as well.
Yeah.
John knew this was happening. These are
Yeah.
not. These aren't even decoys. I don't understand what you're doing this week, John, and I don't like it. I like
Movie
at least
3.
pretending I know. Oh yay! You know who reminds me of Belial? The old
Carol
lady
Ann?
in Poltergeist.
Oh, Zelda
The old lady.
Rubinstein.
Yeah, Zelda Rubinstein is creepy, and there could be no ghost activity in this film, and it'd be creepy just because of her.
How dare you call her
It-
Belial?
She-
Poor woman. The poor woman.
your house on an Indian burial ground. I'm gonna have to stash Poltergeist, man.
Yeah.
But I have no idea what the theme is. This is a week for you, Rye Guy.
I'm trying to figure it out. I'm really trying to. It's hard.
They're all older films, but that's not necessarily a trend or anything for him.
But how many Poltergeists? Okay. I have a feeling where this is going because I'm following a pattern and I'm staring right at that TV screen. Are these all films from 1982?
You got it.
You dig it? It's another year one?
Yep, and they're all 1982.
You know what?
That's why you put the other poster up because it said 1987 on it.
Yeah.
That's
You
why.
bastard.
So Halloween Season of the Witch.
No, the Slumber Party Massacre poster was just
I
careless.
You know
Good
what?
job,
I
Ryan.
was
Careless.
well, I was gonna say something, but the thing is I was confusing Season of the Witch with 83 because Halloween 2 came out in 81, and I was like, I think that's too close. But with Slumber Party Massacre, you putting the sequel poster, I was like, is he doing the second one? Like that's where I went off. But Poltergeist,
You know that's 82.
82. But you know what? That means wait, hold on. So wait,
You
can
can
replace.
choose to have.
Choose
You
either
can choose
or.
You can keep 4, or you can choose to replace one of 3.
I'm gonna keep 4, and I am keeping Poltergeist because if not, I would have slashed it. So I will keep Poltergeist as my gift.
Great.
I
Good
do like
job,
Poltergeist.
Ryan.
Thank you.
Yeah, good job, man.
I was thinking about this. This one I was like really thinking about. I was like, Kearns is not getting this one. I'm sorry.
Not having it. I would have guessed the year. If I saw 82 on that poster, I would have guessed the year.
Like I said,
But
that's what was
I didn't
throwing
get
me
to cheat
off.
this time around because I don't have your brain for knowing when these movies were actually released. I have to like see stuff. All
It-
right,
It's
here you
just
go.
I feel
So-
like it's a curse. And John,
If you know 1982, you have a bit of an advantage now.
hmm
You can kind of think of some things that might be coming up, such
You
as
can.
Yep, stash.
There it is.
Stash.
There it is. Got to stash it too. I'm down to 1. Damn it.
Here's
But
a
I
good
love
one.
Creepshow.
All right, if you love it, what's your favorite segment? What is your favorite segment of the whole thing?
Probably It Grows on You.
Okay, I was gonna say that's my
Probably.
favorite
Don't
too.
you call me out, bro.
But-
Don't you call me
So-
out. I know about which short stories some of these are based on, bro.
I kind of feel like it's different every time I watch it.
Like you go from
The
Ted
Raft is
Danson.
super good too. The Raft is timeless. Also Stephen King short story, by the way.
Isn't the Raft in 2 though?
Mhm,
Oh, might be.
too.
It
The
might be.
oil
I think the
bubble,
Raft is in 2. Yeah,
The Indian one is in
2.
too.
2, and the iconic one's in the Creepshow 1. Leslie Nielsen's
That's the
1.
first one. Yep.
Yeah, that's in 1. It Grows on You is in 1.
Yep.
Yep.
The old man coming from
Um,
his grave for his birthday cake is in 1. The
Oh, that was
creature.
The
good.
roach,
The creature.
the roaches one.
Yep. And the
Yeah.
creature in the
Yeah.
box was the other one. That was a good one.
That one might be the best one actually, but I still think It Grows on You is my favorite because I just loved it.
It's
Mhm.
it's just done so well because it's like the simple farmer. Plus, it's Stephen King who's
It's
portraying
an
the
homage to
farmer.
the Blob. It's
Yeah.
just good,
And plus, it's Stephen King and George Romero together.
which is kind of nifty. Yeah.
good duo.
Yeah.
It's about as good a duo as you can have for a horror
George
movie.
Romero calls Stephen King Stephen, and Stephen King calls George Romero George.
I hope Stephen King called him George A.
George A. So you want? I got a Stephen
Romero.
King. I got a Stephen King story. I was watching YouTube clips, and he was on Conan O'Brien, and he said he wanted to do a story. He was like, "What's the most challenging story I could do?" And he said, "Well, the woman's bathroom in the airport." And it was going on about how this couple, the woman stops and she's like, "I gotta use the bathroom." She leaves, and the husband's waiting, and it's hours and hours and hours, and then finally he goes in, but then he disappears. So no one knows what's going on. Everyone gets called: the police, the firefighters, the governor, everyone. And then Conan O'Brien goes, "This is great. How did it end?" He goes, "I've never been into the woman's bathroom, so I don't know what's going on in there. I don't know how to end it."
Pretty good joke. Pretty
And
good
I was
joke.
just like, he just built it up so well. I was like, I want to read this.
Yeah.
But come on.
He
Yeah.
did something similar with the Night Flyer. It starts in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. Ready for number 5?
Yeah. Let's do it.
There you go.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I have to slash it, but because I am out of options.
Oh,
But
okay.
Swamp Thing is super cool.
Swamp
You do
Thing's
what
a
you
good
gotta
film.
do, buddy.
I am gonna slash it. I do enjoy Swamp Thing, but I gotta slash it.
I just want to point out the number of movies you slash in this podcast that are Wes Craven movies astounds me.
John never resists the urge to throw shade at Ryan for doing anything against Wes Craven's name, work, legacy.
Because I can guarantee you, if we were reversed, I would never, ever slash a Romero movie.
Probably not.
Not one, not under any circumstance.
I'm picky, all right? I'm
Well,
picky.
there's a difference between Romero and Wes
Craven.
Sorry to say.
Like there's
it's easier to slash some of Wes Craven's work, in my
yes.
humble opinion.
No, I agree. There's hit and misses. John Carpenter, absolutely not.
John Carpenter's cool.
Well, Escape from
The Ward.
Escape from L.A.
Escape from L.A. I could live without Dark Star.
It's funny. It's like his early
It's
work though.
okay.
It's like watching
It's
Last
all
House on the
right.
Left. It's his early work, and then you
No,
get a Soul
but Last House on,
PC-13.
yeah, like there's some soft spots in Carpenter. I mean, I'm sure a lesser Romero fan could find plenty of soft spots. I mean, there's
Lesser
always
Romero
vanilla.
fan. The way you worded that, bro. I am the pinnacle, but those behind me may find cracks. Or what they perceive as cracks in the work of this genius. Oh, that was brilliant.
Yes.
You are quite the
All right.
wordsmith.
Kudos.
Number 6. I said number 6. There we go.
What is?
Oh, of course it's
Cat
about
people.
people. Isn't this really
Oh.
just sleepers with more makeup on?
Yes.
They're not something. What does it say? They are something more than lovers who are about to become something less than human. Being a cat would be pretty cool. This movie must have made like $1 in 1982.
I don't think it was as popular as it was. I mean, cool concept,
No,
right?
I think it's definitely gained some popularity in the years since.
Correct me if I'm wrong, it's a remake. Because isn't there a Cat People movie from the 30s?
Yes, I believe there is.
There is. Okay. I'm slashing it, though.
Gotta do it.
Yeah.
I'm
taking a risk. Taking a risk.
We got 2 more movies after this, or 3?
2.
El Jefe.
2.
Okay.
2.
I feel okay going in the last one.
Ryan gets to stash them both. Did I accidentally skip way ahead? Hold on.
Yeah, he's sitting pretty right now. I hope like one of them's like some awful movie.
Don't you dare throw that Hubba
You have to
on
save
me.
some pile of garbage film.
All right.
Oh,
Wait,
it's
where
him
did they
again.
go?
Swamp Thing?
There you
All
go.
right. Oh.
Oh, you run
No,
out of
hold on.
options, buddy.
No, where did my other pictures go? There we go.
okay.
Yep. Stash. Stash. In 3D.
I have a thing about movies that were produced in 3D, but this one is like one of the rare exceptions.
Is this why you showed me the poster earlier, or was that just ironic?
Yeah, that was just coincidence.
Okay.
He's cheating. He's showing you stuff ahead of time while you guys are out on your trysts. It's a conspiracy.
Actually, John, the book you found.
Oh yeah. I don't even remember what it was. It's
Nope.
in my wish list now.
Neither, but we were like gleaming over it. It's a sequel to one of the films that we actually talked about.
Hold on. I think it's in my Amazon list. So
Cool cover.
hold on. Talk about Friday the 13th.
Well, Friday the 13th
There's a
part
man, and the man is very strong, nigh unstoppable.
This is the first time he gets the hockey mask, right? That he fights the biker gang. He shoots the harpoon.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's the significance of this Friday the 13th. This is the hockey mask.
Yep.
And the harpoon in 3D is pretty sick, by the way. Even
the
that
fireplace has the fireplace scene.
I gotta stash this, but I really don't want to because I don't know what's next, and I was gonna get rid of it because I have a thing about 3D movies that they're easy to get rid of. But I have
Jaws?
to do it because this one, Jaws 3D is. I love it because it's so bad,
Floaty, sure.
and it's got the Quaid. I do love the Quaid.
So
yeah, I'm.
What I'm
stashing it.
hearing is this is a stash.
I have to stash it. It's the first. It's the mask. It's the symbol of the franchise. For crying out loud.
Mask. And you're about to learn why this was so hard for Allison.
No,
What's the last one?
He's going the wrong way. Oh no, he's going the right way. Never mind.
No, hold on. Wait. Opposite. Ooh, yes. Yes.
All right, that's it for tonight, everybody. I'm logging off.
Yes. Oh.
I knew I was gonna get one of you guys to have to cut this.
Oh.
To slash this.
Yeah, I see that this one wasn't random order either, you bastard. You started in the middle on purpose.
No,
there's a lot of shenanigans with this one, buddy.
No, this one was definitely intended to be random order.
I want to recap.
Somehow messed it up.
Somehow messed it up.
I want to
so
recap.
You started at movie 3 for some reason.
I'm running on about 4 hours of sleep here. I'm a little messed up. So
yeah, that's understandable.
Well, The Thing is a great movie. Sorry that you had to slash it from your existence, but I still keep it in mind.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, at least it stays in the world.
This is like one of the tops of ever, and I just got rid of it forever. Oh god.
No, it's gonna come back later in this year when we cover it. We're gonna resurrect it.
We'll resurrect it.
Yeah. But that's kind of why this was so hard for Allison. She stashed some stuff. I was surprised. Like she kept the Thing, and that's not usually been her MO with that movie.
She doesn't like The Thing?
Dogs.
Oh,
but that's not a real dog.
Dogs.
Allison, that's not a dog.
Matter.
The other huskies were real.
Matter.
The other huskies
Doesn't
were real.
matter.
Oh yeah, those other huskies were real. You're right. Fodder, they were not.
That doesn't usually matter. But yeah, I forget what she stashed another one that I was surprised by. Might have been Halloween 3.
Yeah, that's.
She had a hard time getting down to 3.
Yeah.
As did Kearns. As would Ryan have if he didn't get that.
I'm starting to feel a little bit like
Thank God.
A forcibly removed, tumorous-looking brother that lived in a basket right about now. I'm starting to feel like I might have to take out some peeps.
So
that.
I think we should start with the doctors who removed Belial from Duane.
Yep. Dr. Lifflander.
And the fact that Lifflander, Needleman, and
a movie.
Cutter. Yep.
A little on the nose.
What kind of doctors are they, gentlemen?
Surgeon kinds.
Wow. Dr. Cutter's a veterinarian.
Asian?
They're all veterinarians.
They're all vets? I thought.
Yeah, all 3 of them are vets.
They don't make that clear with Was it Needleman?
Needleman, Needleman may have just been like a regular doctor, but they do at one point refer to them as veterinarians.
Well, if you're looking for a cheap removal,
Lifflander called other, and apparently, I mean, it's revealed at one point that these weren't the first doctors they consulted with, that the father really just wanted to save Duane.
Yeah.
Belial, he didn't care about. Belial, I mean, listen,
I mean, let's be fair.
He's
it's
just
the early '80s. Belial is
he's done.
He's gonna have a
Sorry.
rough go of it, and we
yeah.
need Duane over here to carry on the family name.
Yeah, and listen, it would be a reasonable expectation looking at Belial to believe he would not survive removal.
Oh, he
It would have
survived.
been beneficial to the entire world if he hadn't. To be honest.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
today I think they would probably mercifully euthanize that thing,
Yeah.
Oh
right?
no.
You don't think so? You think they would? Oh,
Uh,
actually, that is a fair point. We're
we
not
don't we
in
don't
the
like
era
that
we thought we'd
concept.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we don't like that concept.
about
Or
30% of us don't like that concept. Let's be fair.
True,
They're
true.
speaking pretty loud right about now. So, okay. So we have the removal of Belial,
Mhm.
and then
Mhm.
when does Duane realize he has a brother?
oh, he's always known him.
Yeah, he's
Oh, it
always
was the boy.
known.
Yeah.
How is that
Yeah.
possible? He was raised alongside him.
Well,
Yeah.
well.
He-
Was he?
Very alongside.
I mean, by holding him up to the spot where he was cut, but like Belial telepathically.
So I'm trying to get you guys to tell the listeners that may not know that he doesn't have this removal as a child. Does he have it as an adult?
Oh no, yes, as a child,
Oh, he's
teenager.
12.
Yeah,
I think
12.
he's
Pretty
12 when
long time though.
Yeah, that's a really long time to have
Yeah.
a conjoined twin that is that condition.
Probably homeschooled.
I'm gonna
Well,
say
yeah.
almost definitely homeschooled. I mean,
They have a tutor go to them. She freaks out. The aunt is a sweetheart.
the aunt is the only compassion they have as children. That's the only love. That's the
Well, they're
only
freaks.
nurturing.
That's fine.
Well, I
That's the way
mean,
the universe
Dwayne
works.
Dwayne's really not once he doesn't have his brother attached to him.
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. He's
I
just
mean,
sheltered.
yeah. In a world where Basket Case has more than a $35,000 budget, I've always envisioned Dr. Cutter played by Sigourney Weaver.
I
That
can
would be
see
kind of
that.
cool. That'd be kind of cool.
I can see that. She's got the look. I mean, it would have
Yeah.
been better acting.
In a world.
I'm just saying this.
Yeah.
Jada kept hearing her scream, and she's like, "What is that noise? You got to turn it off. This woman's annoying. Is she dead yet?" And I'm like, "No, not yet. Give it a few more scenes."
It's funny because
Excellent.
Allison had the same comment this afternoon when I was watching some of the behind the scenes stuff. She said, I forgot how much screaming there was in this movie. There's a lot of screaming.
I
You
mean,
don't have a lot of
Belial
money. You need a lot of
screams.
screaming. You need a lot of extra effort from your actors.
Yeah.
Belial screams.
Project. Belial screaming.
He's just like
He's
it's like
relatively quiet and goopy throughout most of it, right?
it's like Tarzan. Like when he's against the window, he's like, "Oh." I'm like, "What the hell am I
Yeah.
watching right now? Are you
Mhm.
swinging off from a
Ridiculous.
vine?" Like,
The movie's ridiculous. We didn't even have to hash through the summary. Sometimes we go through like the
No.
summary of the plot. There's
Yeah.
not much
I
to get
mean,
through here, guys.
I mean, it's a revenge movie.
Yep.
Duane is bringing Belial to get revenge on the doctors that separated him. They get Dr. Lifflander in Glens Falls, and then it's on to New York to take out Needleman and Cutter.
Though, I'll say this: Belial is a pervert. I'll say this:
yeah, of course.
he's
I
a big
mean,
pervert.
yeah,
I'm just saying.
yeah. Belial has a thing for Casey, for sure.
Well, yeah.
And
These
then
creepers.
later on, he has a thing for Sharon, who it becomes Dwayne's
Sharon's-
unexpected love interest.
Yep.
Sharon
Now-
is the straw that broke the camel's back for the relationship between these two brothers.
Yep. Belial does not like Duane getting kissed. That
No.
telepathic connection causes a room
Quite a
trashing.
Stir in the gonads of the little
Yeah.
tumor guy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I wonder where those are. Because he's kind of got an ET thing going on, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't. You don't really see any of the.
Yeah.
No,
They're
it's hidden.
underneath him somewhere, I think,
It's
and they're there.
You got to buy the Belial Christmas ornament so we can find out for ourselves.
buy at your local
So-
Hallmark.
I want to ask if you guys noticed that Sharon is wearing a wig the whole movie.
No,
No.
I did not. I really wasn't looking too closely, to be honest with you. But I had no
She is Sharon is wearing a wig the entire movie. Her real life name is Terry Susan Smith, and she was in a punk rock band at the time they made this
That's cool.
movie, and a punk
She was a
rock band
mohawk,
called
right?
Tattooed Vegetables.
That's pretty cool.
Okay.
She had her head shaved at that point in time.
So she
Little
needed a wig.
Sinead O'Connor action
Yep.
going on
Yeah.
here.
Yep. And
All
she
right.
apparently was very, very concerned throughout most of filming about how the wig looked.
It looked great.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fine. Yeah. good
Yeah,
work.
I mean, I never really thought about it until now and reading about more about Basket Case, and I came upon that. I think we haven't yet mentioned Kevin Van Hentenryck, who plays Duane.
Now that you pointed out, it's a wig.
Yeah, when you know it's a wig now, you realize it.
Before I thought it was just the 80s.
I don't. That's
Yeah.
what I was going with, but you know what? I still like. They did a pretty good job, like having it placed there, especially when it explains why when they put like the sheet over her and they do that scene, so the wig wouldn't fall off
Mm-hmm.
when they push her out and stuff. But
Yeah.
you can't really tell. They did a pretty good job at a lot of the effects and like everything. They did so well on the budget, and
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
for a B movie, it's very well done.
They hit you with good concepts, like, him creeping up on her and things like
Yeah.
that, making you uncomfortable. It's not even about the scares. The gore level's pretty high, but it's the ingenuity of how they utilize it. It's not just gore for the sake of gore. Bring her back. So, like, things like that, you know what I mean? There's actual thought and artistry involved in
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, and Kevin Van Hentenryck does a really good job as Duane. I met him at the first Connecticut Horror Fest I ever went to.
Sweet.
I have an autographed photo of him hanging right above my head right now.
That's cool.
Like, I think it's from 2 or 3. It's definitely not from the first one. I just don't remember if it's 2 or 3. This photo, but he was a really nice guy. I wish, in hindsight, I wish I hadn't gone to him first, because really the way it was laid out, the first Connecticut Horror Fest I went because it was Romero.
Okay.
And the way that conference center was laid out was sort of like a horseshoe, and at the end of the horseshoe was Romero.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And
So
it's like
everybody was on that.
we're walking past all these people, and like we'd stop and be like, "Oh, Basket Case guy, let's get an autograph." But like we didn't even try to spend any time talking to him. It was like, we got to get to Romero.
Yeah,
And
I'm sure everybody felt that way.
In hindsight, I wish I had spent a few more minutes just talking to him, but
Yeah, that would have been kind of neat. I bet you had a lot of cool things he could have said.
he's got. So in the bonus features, there's an extended interview with him. He is at this point. I think some of his memories of making this are not fully reliable. They did talk about the scene where, towards the end, where Belial grabs him by the groin and lifts him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Frank Henenlotter asks, do you remember how we did that? And he's like, because you don't see wires, right? He's like, yeah, you had some sort of rigged contraption that you stuck me on. And they did. They had like a harness and a pole, and they stuck him to a pole.
Oh,
That's
okay.
why that could have gone bad so bad.
Absolutely.
That could've.
Absolutely. The thing he remembered most was how uncomfortable and painful it was.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, I can't imagine that felt very
yeah.
good. I can't imagine they took like 50 takes either, though. They were like, "All right, we got him up there for 14 seconds. We're
All
good."
right.
All right.
Yeah.
We have to do it from a different angle, Bob.
We have this puppet holding onto our actor's groin. We gotta get this in one
take, and
He's
then we can't
he's gotta
destroy the puppet.
pull up his- yeah.
Yeah.
And there are 2 of them. At least 2 of them were in existence fairly recently.
Oh, cool. They got to be worth a lot.
Henenlotter had one, and the producer had another.
Okay.
Pretty sweet.
Mhm.
Pretty sweet. And if they're from the first movie, not the sequels, too, they're probably worth bank.
Yeah. I mean, and I would imagine they'll never be up for purchase as long as either of them are alive.
Second
God,
they
no.
go up at auction, it's
Yep.
going to be Del Toro who buys them anyway.
Oh, hopefully.
He's got a house full of stuff.
It'll go right next to his pumpkin head.
It's the best part is that that's in the foyer. When you walk in the house, the first thing you see is Pumpkinhead. It's brilliant. But yeah, I mean, I think the film ends super well. It should have. I
Yep.
mean, this is one of those ones where I don't care that it didn't end with the first movie, but it could have. It should have. It was meant
Yeah.
to, seemingly. Ryan was talking about it earlier. Ryan, what happens to them at the end after
They
the brothers are pit against each other by the femme fatale Sharon?
well they
So
oh,
Wait, hold on, Ryan. I
before
think we're
before we
jumping over.
even get to that,
Okay.
right, the scene before that, the dream sequence.
oh thank God you're
where
going to talk about
where
that. That was so
yeah,
weird.
where Bilal goes to Sharon to take her out, not on a date,
Yeah.
No.
to eliminate his competition
There you go.
for Duane. And you get him, with Sharon in her bed, Belial with Sharon in her bed, and you get visions of a naked Duane running
Yep.
through the streets.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I'd never noticed before, if you watch that scene and you look at Duane, he does not have a scar on his side.
Is that a
Oh.
double?
It's
Or they
not.
just forgot to put it on?
Nope.
Hmm.
That is Bilal's vision of Duane.
Oh, that's too artsy fartsy for this film.
Wait a minute. What?
That's how Belial sees Duane.
With no incision,
With no yeah.
no scar from the removal.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mhm.
And naked?
I mean,
Like,
Oh, I mean,
I
maybe
guess.
based on this movie,
I
that's not too
guess.
far fetched.
like
I guess. I mean, yeah.
because I'm like
Alright.
watching it and then you just see him running down. I'm like, is Snoop Dogg gonna come out? Is Will Ferrell? They looking for Popeyes? Snoop
What?
Dogg, hey
Mhm.
dog, give me your hat.
Mhm.
Oh, we're going
Yeah.
streaking. Like I was like, why are
Snoop
we?
was in diapers when this movie came out.
Snoop was
What you call it?
no, I don't think he was.
82?
Snoop?
I'm literally gonna Google how old was Snoop Dogg in 1982.
I
Yeah,
would
just
bet
do that.
Snoop's right around my age, so he's probably 10 to 12.
I think he was 10 to 12.
He saw Basket Case.
He was born in 1971. Damn it, he was 10
Yeah.
years old.
Yeah.
Diapers. Rolling down
I mean,
the
maybe.
street.
But he
I mean,
wasn't
hold-
rapping yet, at the very
Hold
least.
on.
Yeah.
You don't know he wasn't in diapers at 10.
Oh, true.
He
And
could
now
have
we're
had some
getting
juvenile incontinence issues.
We don't know that.
Allegedly.
We don't know that.
allegedly.
Allegedly.
Perfect.
Allegedly.
Now we're safe.
Yep.
Don't call the lawyers. We
No.
put in
Allegedly that might have been something that happened that I sort of just maybe made up in my brain.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
So we're ready to leapfrog over to the grand finale. And the only reason we're bringing up the end isn't to punctuate the end of the episode or anything. It's just because the ending of the movie is pretty funny. It's pretty good.
They have this big fight. They get thrown out the window, and you see them hanging from the sign. Belial's holding the sign, and he's holding Duane by his throat, and he chokes him to death. And then once he's choked to death, he just lets go, which is supposed to be like this big moment. And the hand's just like stuck a little bit, then falls, and they're dead. How do we get a sequel?
If I can't have him, you can't either, Sharon.
Well, I mean, Sharon's
Yeah,
gone
Sharon's
at that
gone,
point
yeah.
too.
Anyone else?
You get some traumatized sex workers.
Yep.
Yep. Times Square. They got to put in the real gritty Times Square. And then, yeah, it's roll credits with fake names, and that's the end of the movie. And it should have been the end of the whole concept, but it did well.
And I mean, listen, 2 and 3 aren't great, but they are fun and they're pretty funny.
Yeah,
you get to some really outrageously ludicrous things going on in 2 and 3.
I mean, just the concept, like the sitting down, like, hey man, I got an idea for a movie, and he pitches this to his buddy, and you're probably like, what the hell are you talking about, man?
Yep.
Pretty funny stuff.
It's good. It holds up for what it is. It's a good B movie. Something you get with a group of friends, have a good time, have a couple
Top-tier B
drinks,
movie.
do whatever you got to
Top-tier
do,
B.
have fun.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
you guys want to get into some reviews and then our thoughts?
I'm curious
Yeah,
to hear
buddy.
these reviews because there's a 5-star.
Of course,
There's
I
gotta
mean,
be tons of them. This is a well-beloved movie.
do you guys want to take a guess at any of the Rotten Tomatoes scores here? What do you think the critic
79,
score is?
like 14.
You're saying
The
critic
79
score?
tomato, but it's critic score. I'm saying sub. I'll do this way. Sub 30% critic score.
Okay. Ryan?
I'd say they probably gave it a 47.
You guys are both way low.
Oh, really?
Basket Case is a 78% critic score.
Oh, wow.
Unbelievable to me. How is
Like,
that even possible?
on
Is this
our-
like
I think
after
I
Pulp
think even
Status?
I mean I think some of
Believe
it is,
so.
but I think even at the time even Ebert kind of liked Basket Case.
How would Ebert? This stands against everything Ebert used to say about movies.
I'm looking that up. Roger Ebert.
Because I think Ebert had like a level of respect for some of the Grindhouse ones.
Yeah.
Oh,
I may be remembering that wrong, but I think
I got a quote.
only one.
Yeah, it's short. Roger Ebert was not a fan of Frank Henenlotter's 1982 cult horror film Basket Case, famously referring to it as sickening. While Ebert appreciated well-crafted horror like Halloween or Dawn of the Dead, he frequently criticized low-budget exploitation films that relied on extreme gore. So no, he was not a fan of the first one nor the second one.
I mean, if he didn't like the first one, he's not gonna like the
second one just goes harder in the paint on all those areas.
Yeah. And the audience score for Basket Case is 55%.
Really?
Lower
got
than
a
the critic
split.
score.
Yeah, we have a
Weird.
split in a
That is weird.
surprising direction to me.
That is bizarre.
So we'll start with the 5-star. Insanely bizarre, $35,000 budget, but way better than most low-budget films. Acting was excellent. The casting is amazing.
Yep.
Each character is so believable. The stop animation sucks, but for its time era, not an issue for me.
It does
Yeah, I
not
think maybe
suck.
we put those two things in the wrong. Like one belongs here, one belongs here, buddy. But cool.
Yeah. I didn't think the stop action necessarily sucked. It was a little clunky, but it was 1982
Yeah.
and $35,000.
Yeah.
It works for the time.
Yeah. Of course, there's people who did not like Basket Case, such as this 1-star. Found this movie to be ridiculously stupid. Not much about it was good. The premise seemed to be stupid and ended up being lousy. The effects were very bad even for the 80s. I don't
Okay.
think they were bad for
No,
the
they're
even
not.
for the 80s. Like they're good for $35,000.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
there's another 1-star because of course there is. 1-star. Sometimes films are so bad they're good, but Basket Case is so bad it's effing terrible. The acting is
buddy.
some of the worst I've ever seen, and the effects are all plasticine and red sauce. A proper terrible film.
Cornstarch, buddy.
Agree to disagree.
Speaking
What's
of
that?
the cornstarch,
What the heck was that?
Yeah, what was
Frank Henna, a fidget.
that?
Oh, okay.
I was like, what? Speaking about the
Um,
cornstarch, you just pull out a.
Yeah, no, it's not the cornstarch. Speaking of the cornstarch, Frank Henlotter still has a bottle of it from Basket Case in his refrigerator.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, cool.
I'll be honest
Another
though,
thing would go for $100,000 at auction.
it's hard to make the perfect blood consistency with cornstarch. It takes a lot of trial and error until you get to the perfect thing. So him saving it, I don't blame him. Keep the formula. That's how we got to match it.
Yeah.
Keep the formula.
Yeah. Okay. So we heard what some other people think. What do you guys think?
I give Basket Case solid 3 stars. Solid 3 star. I might even have to edge it up to like 3.25. It's because it's just got so much character, man. There's a reason I remember it to this day. People don't talk about it often at parties and whatnot that I go to anyway, and I still remember Basket Case because it was a memorable movie and it was an enjoyable experience. So like for $35,000, what else could you ask for? 3.25.
Okay.
Because it's in with
Alright.
the Giants, the Titans. The Thing is in the same pool as, and if we had different categories, maybe I would push it higher. And I don't really like Grindhouse in general, but this is great.
Okay.
All
It's a
right.
good review.
Ryan?
I am going to give it a 3-star, 3 out of 5. beats my expectations. Seeing, you know, hey, listen, I wasn't gonna be forgiving. You keep saying I'm so forgiving and generous. I hope you're
For the
muted.
wrong movies.
Oh,
I'm not muted, mother, father.
damn straight. But yeah, it,
Uh,
it beat my expectations seeing clips when I was younger and now seeing the full thing. It's a good B movie. It does what it's supposed to do. It's entertaining. I don't understand why they had to do a sequel because obviously it ends. And before I say one was enough, I got to see the others, but it's enjoyable. It
I
got
mean,
me
you'll say
curious.
one was enough. You'll say one was enough, but I again, like I love bad movies, so 2 and 3 are a lot of fun.
yeah, they're pretty
Especially
bad.
like they're fun party movies. You know, you put them on, you don't have to pay a ton of attention, and you can just laugh at how ridiculous it gets.
It's true.
Yeah,
So I'm way above you guys on Basket
I
Case.
knew you were going to be.
Ooh,
And it's gonna make more sense when I do my top 5 as to why, but Basket Case checks so many of my boxes. Like New York City,
Yep.
horror,
yeah.
the indie stuff, the story, everything about it hits a box for me. So a Basket Case is a 4-star for me.
Okay.
I mean, it's completely fair.
It's
The
a
Gritty
it's
City
a
stuff too.
solid. Yeah, it's a solid. I could almost push it higher than 4, but I'll stay at 4.
And
Okay.
it's just for what it is too. It's the underdog too. It's a great,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. All
Yeah.
right, awesome, man. I love the
That was
reviews. I love
good.
when we have a bit of a spectrum on our reviews too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, this is the first time we disagreed on everything. Can't believe it. But
Yeah, we never disagree on
no,
ratings for
we never
movies.
disagree. But we're talking about top fives tonight. And you know what? I'm going to get into top five martial art films. And I feel like these martial art films, I love. They're highly recommended. And they have the spirit of the old kung fu movies. And we're going to start off with number five from 2005. It's written by Luc Besson, directed by Louis Leterrier, starring Jet Li, Bob Hoskins, Morgan Freeman. It's Unleashed. It's no one talks about it. Have you guys seen Unleashed?
Mhm.
It
Not recently, but
uh,
I've seen it. Yeah.
it's so good. The film follows Jet Li, played the character Danny, who's trained from childhood to be a brutal enforcer for a crime boss played by Bob Hoskins, who learns about the possibilities of a normal life. And it's a beautiful story in which this character is enjoying life. He's seen the freedom, and then he's brought back in, and he's got to unleash, no pun intended, his kung fu style to defeat everyone. And no one talks about it a lot. I really don't see it anywhere a lot.
It's
It's
buried because Jet Li's movies were like kind of like out of favor for a little while. He did the one, and he
Black
did
Mask.
Unleashed. Yeah, Black Mask was good too. They were kind of being sort of like okay, sort of thing. He did what was the Way of the Dragon or
Yep.
something Dragon,
Once
and
Upon a
that was
Time
amazing. And then
in
was it
China.
Once Upon?
I think Once Upon a Time in China. He did. Is that the same one where he's got the long
No, this is a
no?
different one. This is the one where
Okay.
he's in France and
Okay.
he's like China's number one agent, and the guy accidentally targets him, and then it turns into him versus France, and everybody loved that. It's got Bridget Fonda in it. And then Unleashed came around, and everybody was kind of like fatigued with Jet Li, I think, by the time that hit. And I
Mhm.
I agree with you though. I think it's a fantastic
I
movie. The dog collar
Yep.
aspect and everything is so cool.
And you get Bob
Hodgkins.
Hoskins. Yeah. He's just so British, man. And it's just like that Cockney. I'm sorry, not Cockney. That Cockney like accent. It's so brutal, and he just unleashes it. And I think this is like one of his last films before
They unleashed three more times. We're gonna get a sponsorship, so keep going.
Unleashed, 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 and I'm
They're
gonna
doing
unleash.
content.
I'm gonna unleash number four, and number four
Nice.
is Jackie Chan. Originally called Armor of the God 2. It's a sequel. Here in America, it's called Operation Condor. It's
Oh,
very
okay.
similar to Indiana Jones. Chan plays a character named, of course, Jackie, aka Condor, who's battling against a former Nazi to retrieve gold. It's a fun Jackie Chan film. It's one of his foreign films from China where he's an absolute big star. It's fun. The stunts are, of course, insane. And I learned it has another sequel. They did actually a third film in 2012. So they finished off the trilogy. So, which is pretty
Sweet.
cool. But again, it's so good. The original one came out in 1986, Armor of the God, which leads to my number three. 2012's The Man with the Iron Fist. I'm just gonna
Nice.
say it. RZA just directed it. He wrote it with Eli Roth. Eli Roth can survive this week. Basically, we'll take him out of my deletion unit for this movie, and it stars Russell Crowe, Dave Bautista, Kung Lee, Lucy Liu. It's just like 19th century China. You know, you follow lone warriors who are forced to unite to defeat a common foe and save this village, the jungle village. So it's like it's borrowing from so many kung fu movies, and it's really a nice homage. And you get a lot of the fantasy trope with the Iron Fist, Batista turn into the Gold Man. There's there's so much. What?
Always laugh when a wrestler pops up in a movie.
I
Mhm.
Batista though, I feel like yes, he's a wrestler, but he's proven himself to be a good actor, like a serious
Yeah.
actor, because he's worked so hard, and he's actually admitted in his
Mhm.
interviews, like, I don't want to be the next John Cena. I don't want to be The Rock in that like action movie role. He goes, it's fun, but I want to be like a Brando, and I'm like, that means a lot. I feel, and
I
you know what?
marvel.
At least he
I
tries.
I mean, it's a something to shoot for. I mean, he's a long way from that, but he's turned himself into a pretty good actor.
He's
I
also lost a ton of his muscle recently
Yep.
and stuff
Hmm.
too. He's decided to turn that part of his life down a bit, and I think that
Yeah,
that might actually be a good idea if he's trying to get these more
yeah,
serious roles.
yeah.
Yeah.
No more running around in wrestling rinks in his underwear for him.
No, they're tight, and I have seen Batista live at a house
It's his
show.
underwear.
It's
Mhm.
tights. Dude's huge.
Underwear.
Tights, and
They're
that's
all
why we're going.
huge.
Oh,
Like Shawn
Underwear.
Michaels, I just watched the video where Shawn Michaels saves the kid with Down syndrome from getting gang beat by security.
yep.
And you think Shawn Michaels, he's the flyer, you know, and you think he's going to be small, and you see him next to normal people, and you're like, oh, he's huge.
I
And then
think
Stone
Hmm.
Cold makes him look like he's a baby, and then the next five guys make Stone Cold look like he's a baby. So they're just all big,
I think he's like 6'1", Shawn Michaels, which is my
which is
height.
wild.
Which
Yeah,
is it's like they don't like yeah
I think he's 6'1", 6'2". Yeah,
like it's and that's considered short in the wrestling world for back in that day because
Yeah.
be like Hulk Hogan
well,
who's like
Like
six
X Pac,
I
five.
mean,
smallest and
for
Sabu.
for
Oh
for back in
yeah,
that day, they were also lying about everybody's height except Andre.
but yeah,
Fair.
yeah.
Like Hogan, I think at one point was billed at like 6'8" or 6'9".
Yes,
Wow.
and that's not true. He's not. He's
No,
not. The Undertaker's that tall. Undertaker's about 6'9", 6'8".
yeah, but he was billed at like 7 when he first started.
I
You gotta.
Yeah.
It's like the freak show at the carnival. You gotta
Yeah.
make
Yeah,
them look more than they've got to be titans.
Yep.
yeah.
Vince McMahon, for better or worse, whatever you think of him these days, I drive by his place all the time over in Stanford, WWE headquarters and whatnot, and he knew how to put on a show. He knew how
Yep.
to get the people
Absolutely,
going.
absolutely.
Well, WWE was always entertainment. It wasn't like WCW was wrestling, ECW was wrestling. WWE has always been entertainment, and it changed in the late '90s. It became
They bought
like
everything.
wrestling. Yeah, and he did some brand split, but we're not talking about wrestling. We gotta get into number two. And you know what? It's like wrestling because we're getting into a rumble. We're
Is
getting
it
into a.
royal?
Is it in the
It
Bronx?
is in the Bronx, but it is kind of royal because it's one of my favorite Jackie Chan films. It is Rumble in the Bronx, 1995. Chan is, of course, a Hong Kong police officer who arrives in the Bronx area of New York City to meet his uncle and go against the local gang that's, making trouble. It's so fun. I remember staying up late at night for
Mhm.
USA. They used to show it at 11 o'clock, stay up, wake up the next morning, be like, yes, I just
Mhm.
saw this film. It's rated R. Cool. It's just fun. And the ending is just, it's just his stunts. Like the worst stunt he's ever done was going, and it's not this film, but when he slides down the glass building and then he stops right at the end. I feel like that's the worst stunt, and this one has the second worst. Is when he's coming down in the hot air balloon with I think there's no like basket or anything, and he's just flying down. It's nuts.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
leads to my number one. It's a Bruce Lee film. It's the most famous one. It's Enter the Dragon. I mean, you got the John Saxon. I mean,
Do I have to cut that out? I probably have to cut that out. Both of you stayed silent. I didn't know if you heard it or not.
Oh, I heard it.
Oh,
I
okay,
heard
we'll
it.
cut that out. Okay, keep going. I won't cut out us talking about cutting it out though, so people can wonder. But, all right.
But it's good. It's like you get all these other Bruce Lee films over time, right? Fist of Fury, Big Boss, Chinese Connection, Way of the Dragon, and it's wait, Way of the no Way of the Dragon's after. No, Way of the Dragon's Chuck Norris, so it was definitely before Enter the Dragon. Yeah, but all those films led to what Enter the Dragon is. It was the deal with Warner Brothers, big film, put Bruce Lee more into the stardom, and then Game of Death happens, no pun intended. But it's a really great martial arts film, and it hits the spot. It's got every trope, and I feel like a lot of action films borrow from Enter the Dragon a lot.
Sure. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's my top 5 for this week. John, what is?
Thanks.
Thank you. What's your top 5, man? What is it?
So, doing Basket Case gave me the opportunity to do a top 5 for one of my favorite types of movie. I think it's really a genre onto itself. And it's movies, the gritty, like late 60s through early 90s, gritty, grimy New York City movies.
Knew it. Good for you.
Chud.
These are like legitimately some of my favorite movies ever are these exploitative New York City is a crime-ridden, gross place, and I love them. I love that New York City, which is weird because it's not safe. It's not a great version of the city, but I love seeing it in films. So my number 5 is a movie called Miss 45. It's directed by Abel Ferrara and starring Zoe Lund as a woman who is assaulted twice in the same day. The trauma propels her into a brutal world of vengeance, and that's the only thing that keeps her going. There's scenes where she's dressed as a nun taking revenge on the people who assaulted her, and then on any criminals. Like it's got a lot of I Spit on Your Grave to it, but set in New York City.
It sounds like a female version of Death Wish.
Yeah,
Ew.
kind of. Except, not somebody else getting revenge for her.
Yeah. Fair.
But, yeah. Abel Ferrara is going to return again in my number 4. He stars and directs as Reno Miller in Driller Killer. So Reno is a struggling artist, not only financially, but also mentally. His life is falling apart around him. He's going to lose his apartment. He's going to lose everything. Everything is just going to crap for him. And he finally has his break with reality and becomes the titular Driller Killer.
Does he dress in a construction outfit, please?
I don't remember there being a construction.
Hard hat included. If not, we gotta license that. That's our film.
License that. All right.
I mean, there's plenty of other ones with guys in hard hats, so I did
Yeah.
My next one, it sort of surprised me when I watched it because I just sort of assumed that it wasn't filmed in New York City, but it was, and it's Lucio Fulci's New York Ripper.
Okay.
Do you think it was in Montreal again?
No, I figured it was like an Italian city sort of standing in for New York City, but it came up in one of the Basket Case documentaries where Henenlotter was touring the sites of his own movies and happened to go past one of the buildings that was featured in New York Ripper.
Okay. That's cool.
So serial killers prowling the streets of New York City, picking off young women and taunting the police, calling them and speaking like a duck. A tired police detective and a psychoanalyst team up to try to catch him. I mean, it's really like you get a lot of the POV killer stuff, and the duck talking is like worth the price of admission itself.
Donald or Daffy?
It's a very Donald type of voice. I mean, obviously changed enough because I'm sure Disney would have sued the pants off of him if it was a direct Donald Duck impersonation.
Yeah,
But
100%.
I mean, it's close enough that you know that's what they're going for.
That's great.
Number 2 is a movie called The Exterminator.
Okay.
This was one I picked up probably before Basket Case for sure. It used to be on HBO at a lot of weird hours. When his best friend is mugged and left paralyzed, John Eastland dons his military gear and a motorcycle helmet and embarks on an epic vigilante justice spree. First, eliminating the gang responsible, and then any criminal he finds. Directed by James Glickenhaus, who definitely embraced the gritty New York City of the time period. It's like the full grit.
What year did that come out?
Oh, like around Basket Case,
Okay.
between like 82 and 84.
It's like I feel like he was trying to do a version of The Punisher, but he couldn't get the rights, so he did The Exterminator,
Kind of,
which sounds awesome because then you get years later Dolph Lundgren doing The Punisher. And it seems like they might have borrowed a lot from that because he's constantly riding a motorcycle in that film.
Yep. And my number 1 is going to be maybe not what you guys are expecting. I didn't put the Warriors on here because the Warriors, it's not horror enough.
Okay,
fair.
Baseball
At the end
Furies?
of the day, at the end of the day, we are still a horror podcast, and to me, that means I try to do these lists as much horror as possible. And it's also not Escape from New York because I don't feel like Escape from New York fits this category.
Okay.
Escape from New York is dystopian New York City,
Right,
which is close. It's close. It's not quite this category. So my number 1 is Joe Spinell in Maniac.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Maniac.
I did not see that coming.
I was waiting, but
a psychotic, mother obsessed, skin on mannequin serial killer. Absolutely.
he's got a smile on it.
Spinell he's the perfect level of sleaze to play Frank Zito. Like he's gross and menacing and sweaty, and like he's exactly the kind of person you would expect to do this. But he also managed to get like a pathetic, almost sympathetic arc to his character too, where you can almost feel bad for this guy that's so devastated about his mom.
Yeah.
But then he's who he is, and it's like, and it really also sort of played into some of the fears that existed in and around New York City at that time. Because, you're just past The Son of Sam when Maniac comes out. Yep. So like it's a scary version of the city.
Yeah. Fair enough.
It hits hard though because of its release. And when it was when it was released, I feel like a lot of people went to see it because of curiosity, but I would also believe a lot of people were afraid to see it because of reality.
Absolutely. And it's one of the rare movies I own on 4K, but I almost never watched it in 4K.
Gotcha.
Like you never opened it?
No, I opened it. I watched it, but most of the time I want to watch Maniac.
I
go back to as old a version of it as I can find. I think I still have a DVD version of it. That's what I prefer to watch because it looks beautiful in 4K. But Maniac shouldn't look beautiful.
You need the pops and the old film style and the graininess.
Cool. Maniac should look grimy.
Yes.
That's, ladies and gentlemen, that's what you call a real enthusiast right there. This guy knows his stuff.
I agree with him. It's like you go watch a Kurosawa film. Like, do you want it to be in color? No. You want it to be in black and white, and you want to see the graininess, and you want to see like the real almost fall off. But it's normal.
Yeah. Our R.I.P. Ted Turner, but the colorization of black and white movies is something that he sort of helped usher in.
Yeah.
And it was never really, I never enjoyed it. I don't want to see you make up what you think the colors in this movie were.
It doesn't work.
Give me the natural form.
It was a nice gimmick for them to try, but I think
Yeah.
for the most part, the
Yeah.
public has spoken on it. Yeah.
It's a Wonderful
Mhm.
Life in color. It's not a Wonderful Life. It needs to be
No.
black and white.
Colorized Night of the Living Dead.
Ooh,
It's just not the same.
I've never seen that.
It's
Yeah,
not the same.
They didn't do a very good
Don't.
job with it either.
No,
It's
no,
like
yeah.
it's like the Marcus Oro, like the old Tyrone Power one when they try to colorize that in
Mm-hmm.
1940. Don't do it.
No,
Keep it
don't,
black and
don't.
white.
May have had a place in 1940, but now we know better. Like, don't do it
Yeah.
as right.
Yeah.
They'll
It
just
did-
regenerate it with AI anyway.
But it worked.
Hmm.
It worked for the Universal Phantom of the Opera from 1942. They colorized it and it worked. That one worked,
Okay.
which is weird because that was the only film that worked, and it was horror.
Mhm.
Funny enough.
All right, guys. Well, that is Basket Case for us this week. We're gonna get out of here. It's been a long episode on a really interesting movie, but not an hour and a half movie. The episode for the podcast is longer than the film. So,
Almost.
Almost.
yeah,
Almost.
guys.
But we had a good time. We got to some interesting things. Enjoy this episode, guys.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
please. And like and subscribe. Come on now.
Yeah.
Join us,
Later.
Xenomaniacs. Deuces.
See ya.
Be very afraid.